Alright everyone, welcome back. This is Dempsey Roll, and we are back once again with Dragon's Dogma, this part 11. How many more parts there will be? So, let's just say a lot. Part 11 of a lot. So, I believe we've done all the missions for Sir Maximilian, so we can actually progress with the game into the next phase, the next act, if you will. However, I would still like to look around and see what there is to do in terms of side quests. This run, I'm not looking to do every single quest available. In fact, I've already missed many quests just because I forgot. And while I have played this game, I've forgotten so much. So, in a weird way, it's kind of like a first run through all over again. Look at this guy, slow running, waist deep in the water. Alright. Cool. Hope he's having fun. So, this guy is part of a quest we have to do.
Maul spoke of me. They know me for a
Maul.
traitor. Aye. I'd little doubt they would. Maul took me in as a boy. Said he saw promise in me. And here I've given him naught for all he's done. Just up and left. Left thieving now too. You're the Arisen, sir. Mayhap you would know best. What ought I do?
Before I choose something, let me just mention something. In my last stream, I was talking about how the Dragon's Dogma Wikia has a very active community in the chat, or rather in the comments, for almost every entry, whether it's for an item or a weapon or skills. There's just a lot of people, even to this day, still commenting on stuff and having pretty good discussions about stuff. It's very unusual compared to Demon Souls and the other Souls type games that have wikis, which the comments are largely unused. And I was looking up quests that I could do, including this one. And this guy Pike, in the comments, there's several comments about how this guy is hot. So what do you guys think? Is he hot? You only see half of his face, and he has, I guess, like, he's bare-chested, so he's got that going for him, I guess. But yeah, there's like a handful of comments about how he's not just attractive or handsome, but he's hot. Just weird. Anyways, let's move on. Return to Maul's hold and offer up your life. Leave the village and run far away, and nothing at all. So we'll just return to Maul's hold and offer up your life.
Aye. I fear you have the right of it. This is the proper thing to do. I cannot run from the oaths I've sworn.
So I think in the past I've picked run away and or just stay here in Grancis. But I'm pretty sure this is the right choice. I cannot run from the oaths I've sworn.
I shall return as you say. Like as not, I shall walk to my death. But at least I shall die a man. I thank you, sir. Farewell.
So, you know, he makes it sound like he's gonna die.
I fear you have the right. I cannot run. I shall. Like as not,
but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Does Pike die? He's going to return to that bandit encampment south of here. Somewhat south of the map. So I believe we're on the next part of this quest. Let's see if I can press the right button for quests. Yes. No honor among thieves, the bandit leader. Okay. Yeah, so let's see which direction he goes. I'm pretty sure we could just leave immediately and head towards our destination, but let's just see where he goes. And I don't think there's anything else to do here, or to use the terminology of Dragon's Dogma. I don't think there's aught to do here. Huh? He's just standing around?
Aye. I
Yeah.
Sure, I think.
Okay. Let's just go where we need to go and see what happens. On this playthrough, I do look up stuff as far as how to do quests, but I don't look like 100% like what to do, so it is possible that I might make a mistake here and there, and we'll see what we can do about that afterwards. Let's sleep. Maybe that guy will disappear if I sleep.
What can I do you for? You seem tired. So be it.
Plus we can see if my pawn has been taken. It doesn't look like it. Oh, she has. Player name Paladin Bane's 726 1500 Rift Crystals? Yeah. Okay. Got some items.
How did I perform? I tried my hardest.
Just getting some water.
I've learned of beasts.
Report Pike's appeal. Yeah, so I guess you had to pass some time or change like location. So we got the report Pike's decision. Quests. You convince Pike to offer himself to his former brothers. Report this to the leader Maul. So we gotta head back to Maul, Darth Maul. View map. Alright, so I pretty much know how to get there. I'm not really sure if there's any shortcut really. Without having to use a fairy stone, that is. So let's go. Walking all over the world. And I mean, one advantage of playing in this style and streaming it and uploading it to YouTube, and that's something I guess I should talk about as well a little later, is that these long walks allow me to discuss things. There's a rabbit. We all know that this is a no rabbit kill run. Used to have rabbits in my backyard, so maybe that's why I don't want to kill them. They were almost like our unofficial pets. Even though they were wild, they would always show up in the backyard, year after year. Oops, I forgot. Stamina. Always gotta remember the stamina. I was also looking up mods for this game on PC. I'm playing on PS4, if that wasn't clear. And wow, there's a lot of mods, which is cool, you know, like, it's one of the best things about playing games on PC is how the fan community can kind of take it into their own hands and shape it into something better, something more tailored to their own tastes. And speaking about tastes, there's quite a few mods that have to do with changing the outfits for the women, making them a little more skimpy. Alright. Oh, that guy's dead. And I'll probably change my loadout again. Oh yeah, and another thing we need to do is fire these pawns and get some new ones. I'm considering this time taking pawns that are my level, or perhaps one level higher, or one pawn that's like 3 levels higher, and then the other pawn is my level, because while I do have quite a bit of cash, or rather I do have quite a bit of Rift Crystals, I still don't want to run out, because while hiring pawns that is the primary use of rift crystals. They can be used, at least in this phase of the game. I can't remember about Bitter Black. Ah, they're running, it's fine. If you kill the alpha dog, I believe the other wolves will run away. I wonder if that's what that was just there, although they are coming back. So maybe not. They're just trying to bait us. Alright, whatever. If they run away off the path, then I'll just leave them be. I can see that the map has some markers here. Is it? Did I actually go off? I did. Yeah. We have to head down this way. These little waypoint things are super useful. Gotta go here. And then once we make it there, it should be pretty obvious which way to go. I was heading back to Grand Soren practically. Gotta go this way though. Alright, I think this is the right way. Stamina.
The crags cast shadows fit to hide all manner of evil.
So since I'm using a short bow, the range isn't that, it doesn't go that far, and the strength greatly diminishes the farther I shoot. We'll probably explore around that castle as well while we're here. Okay. Doing alright. No trap. No, there's a guy there. Let's give him another one. Ah, he's moving. So I'm learning that with the bow you need to lead your shots. Is that the right term? You kind of have to sort of anticipate the movement of a moving target and shoot ahead of it. Because the arrow actually travels very slow, unlike a gun, say. I don't know if anyone remembers this game, but it was called Knight Chronicles, and that was for PlayStation 3, and there was also Knight Chronicles 2, both games developed by Level 5. And go and take a look. Your homework for today is to take a look at that trailer. Oh, someone hit me with the very same move. This guy. Sheesh. Scan him, scan him. Take a look at the trailer for Knight Chronicles 1. The first trailer, which was more or less bull shots. Like, the game did not resemble, the final product did not resemble that trailer at all. I mean, that's a tale as old as time. That happens all the time with video games. However, I really felt that one. I really felt it that time because it just looks so cool. You had, you know, a party of dudes. Just a party, you know, and they were traveling what seemed like a fairly open world, and they would, you know, there would be giant monsters, and there would be team attacks and cooperation between your AI partners and your own character. It looked really cool, and then it ended up not really. I think it kind of just ended up being a very typical kind of game after all. Typical JRPG type game. Level 5 is a fairly competent developer as well. I did like Ni no Kuni, for example. But I'm mentioning this. I'm mentioning this because when Dragon's Dogma came out a few years later, that felt like the promise fulfilled. That felt like everything that they promised in the trailer. Somehow Capcom managed to pull it off. Because as you can see, we are a couple of dudes. And we're just going on an adventure in this open world and getting into fights and cool teamwork attacks and cool monster bad guys. Yeah. I should take a look at that trailer again. It's been a while since I've seen it. And see how it measures up. And I guess for me that just kind of lends this game that reputation it has, at least for me, as the dream game. Just as it was the dream game for the developer Hideaki Itsuno, his dream game to make. This was almost like my dream game in terms of what I'd like to play. It's the closest that I've seen practically. And this game has warts, you know, like it has some glaring flaws. But despite that, it's still to me. And that's kind of why I'm playing this game. I you know, I've said this before, but I just feel like it's an underrated game. More people need to play it. More people need to know why it's good. And I think it's kind of a hard sell, to be honest, because it has all the looks and the trappings of a Skyrim or a Dark Souls. And yet it doesn't quite have the great things that make those games, right? So then that makes you say, so what's so great about this game if it doesn't have like the grand story of an Elder Scrolls and the depth of an Elder Scrolls, or the, you know, the really chunky, satisfying combat of a Dark Souls? If it doesn't have those things, what does it have? And that's something I'm trying to sell people on with this playthrough. I don't know if I'm doing a good job, to be honest. I'm just trying to have fun with it, and I hope that fun comes through. Anyways, enough of that. That's my first TED Talk for the day. Okay, let's save. We'll save and get some water, because we like to stay hydrated here. Alright. This is Maul. Let's take a look at Maul. He's pretty cool. I don't know what skull that belongs to. Is that like a goblin skull or a demon, perhaps? Do goblins actually have horns in this game? I don't think so. He's just chilling. I think it's possible to wear this armor. In fact, is that what this guy's wearing? Partially? There's a wolf on the shoulder. Is that what this guy has? No. Oh, yes. Okay. Well, anyways, let's see.
I must say, I am well surprised to see our traitor Ailes resolved so. He is here. Pike has come back. Our law has ever held death for oath breakers. Knowing that, he still came back. Said his life was ours to take in recompense for his betrayal. He left us to thieve alone, then became some innkeep's pet when he failed even at that. He was a weakling, adrift on fortune's tide. But now, after meeting you, he returned. He made his choice, proved the strength of his will. I thought it only fitting to reward such growth, so I've decided to forgive his transgression for now. 'Tis a stay of execution. You have proven your will, Arisen. In return, I grant you freedom. You're an equal among us now.
I didn't realize I didn't have my freedom. But I think he means freedom to walk around this area.
The freedom to follow your own will where it takes you. It's a precious thing indeed. Here, bring this whene'er you wish to pass. I shall see you are granted free transit.
Small's badge of amenity.
Quest now.
Amity? Yahoo! Okay, what do you have to say, Hound?
We formed a bond and at no cost of human life. It is a fine thing indeed.
It is. I agree. Let's just look around here and see if I missed anything the first time I was scoping the joint. Scoping the joint out. And you know, I think in a few days the Resident Evil 8 demo will become playable again. And I just want to say that that's just it's just really annoying how they set that up. How it's you can download the demo but you can't play it until they have this release time, this agreed upon release time or something along those lines. I find that dumb and annoying. So I will give it a shot if I remember to play it at the right time. I hope so. Alright, so you know, what's the name of this location again? Whoop. The ruins of Ernst Castle. I thought it might be an abbey of some kind. However, there is an abbey somewhere in this game, I'm sure. That soldiers have taken as an encampment now. I would say that this game has world building, however, in terms of like, what's the right word to say? Like the minutia, like the small itty bitty details about world building, I would say that Dragon's Dogma is lacking. Because what is this? What is the history of Ernst Castle here? Right? The answer is there is none. In another game, perhaps you could find some lore, right? You could find like some lore that you would pick up and read about, but not in Dragon's Dogma. There really isn't much to go on. It's just a name, and this is just a place. Sling. These people, they're bandits, but we don't know much else about them. Ooh, is that something up here? It looks like there's something right there. I thought that might be an egg of some kind. Okay, never mind. This is a flag, but it's in tatters, and I can't. There's nothing to go on from it, you know. So is that a missed opportunity? I'd say yes. However, that feeling of shallowness does play a part in the story, somewhat. That's him. This is the guy.
I mustered what metal
Pike.
I have and came back ready to die, and was pardoned. Next I fail, my head will fly. Make no mistake of that. But this is the path I chose for myself. I've no regrets.
Pike the Dreamboat, everyone. Super hunk. Yeah. I'm not gonna judge. Maybe a little bit. Maybe I'll judge a little bit. Let's do a crazy jump here. Yeah. Okay, so I think we've seen everything to see on this sort of common area, this ground floor. Let's get up here. These mercenaries live a very relaxed life, it seems. It's not bad. Not bad living over here. Nice seaside location. You've got a dock, some good fishing, a lot of space. You've got trees. This is primo real estate here. You know, it's a bit of a fixer-upper, to be honest, right? Some yoga or meditation, it seems. Oh, sorry, I was interrupting your meditation. Please, please continue. Look at this. Can I access this area? Oh, I could have gotten here normally. Yeah, so I think I've seen everything there is to see here. This treasure chest is probably nothing special. I may have even acquired that here at this very same place, as well as whatever's in there, so let's not bother. And let's head back. Let's head back. Handed in that quest. You know, I think what I'll do is I'll take a quick look on the interwebs. Does anyone use that term anymore? I'll use the internet and check what other quests are available at this stage of the game for me. So,
This fort was built by a Duke of old. I reckon it's worth investigating. I sense something nearby. A bird, perhaps, or bigger.
Hear that? He said, built by a Duke of old. So there you go. There's your lore drop, everyone. Enjoy. So, I'm just going to pause the game. I'll still talk, but I'm firing up my web browser here. I use Internet Explorer because I'm old school. No, that's a lie. I don't use that. But anyways, let's see. Just looking up quests here. I don't want to take too long, so if I can't find what I'm supposed to be finding, we'll just move on. Quests. Yeah, so all the ones I have here are just kill X. Oh. I haven't reported my, I haven't actually turned in the previous mission that I had, for Maximilian. I haven't done that yet. I have to remember to turn that in. But let's see. I'm still browsing. Let's see. Quests. Let's just make our way back to Gran Soren, I guess. That would probably be the best place. Let's pause once again as my web page is loaded up. Call of the Arisen. Yeah, let's just head to Gran Soren. Let's just double check if we're going the right way. Yeah.
These are human footprints. Doubtful it was offended.
Try and remember my stamina.
Goblins of this forest have a taste for human flesh.
You know, again, walking and traveling, that's the best time for me to do a little bit of chatting, but last week there was a rumor that had some details about Dragon's Dogma 2. You know, take it with a grain of salt and all that. We don't really know if any of that's true. But I did reread the rumor just to remember what it was talking about, and the main thing that I remembered was that it kept on talking about a mask. There's this whole mask system now, and that you would put on a mask, the world would become normal difficulty, so long as you had the mask on. However, when you took it off, the world would then become hard difficulty. Something along those lines. But in the leak, there was a very specific term for what they called that mask. And it was called, I might mispronounce it, but it was something like Fersu mask. And that's P-H-E-R-S-U, Fersu mask. And it got me thinking, that's such a specific phrasing, right? Like, what is that? What is a Fersu mask? Where does it come from? Because my sense was that it was a term that came from somewhere else in history, that Capcom was borrowing. And it is. And, you know, I'm not going to say that I did a ton of research, but I looked into it a little bit, and it comes from the Etruscans. And this is all, you know, part of my history lesson TED Talk now. But the Etruscans were a ancient civilization that originate from the region that we now know as Italy, right? And they predate the Greeks, I believe. Definitely the Romans, perhaps the Greeks as well. And when you look at Etruscan art, it does bear a resemblance in some ways to Greek art. It has that kind of when you look at frescoes and other kinds of paintings that have survived, it has that kind of like 2D flat look, like the characters are all kind of positioned in that flat kind of way. And there are some artworks that feature something known as a Fersu mask. Now, the Fersu mask, and again that's P-H-E-R-S-U, if anyone wants to look into that more. The Fersu mask would often be of an animal of some kind. And it seems to me that the paintings, the surviving paintings of the Etruscans featuring this mask, are too old, and we really don't have any sense of the intent of those. At least that's kind of what I gathered from my very shallow research, I'll admit. I'm sure some art history major will correct me and tell me that the Fersu mask and the art have all this meaning to it, and very specific applications. And we definitely know what was the intent, but again, my very cursory and shallow research of the Etruscans and the Fersu mask, it just seemed like it showed up in paintings. Perhaps it was used to commemorate something or whatever. I don't want to say, because I didn't look into it too much. But yeah, so let's entertain the idea that this rumor, with the specificity it has with regards to the Fersu mask, someone had to come up with that. Okay? It's like, wow, what a pull. Right? What a pull. What a weird ass pull for the sake of a rumor. And it does happen, right? People make up all sorts of stuff just to get a rise out of everyone. And who knows? Like, it could be BS, and I've just wasted a bunch of time talking about it. But if it is a thing, right? If the Fersu mask is a thing, it's something, to me... Oh, bad move. Let's just see what's in here. Nah, I don't want to take that. To me, it seems like it's just such a very specific thing to pull that it feels like Capcom and the designers would bother to make that connection, rather than just some schmuck making up rumors. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense, but it kind of makes sense to me. But we really don't know. The other thing that the rumor talked about was that the developers aren't sure how far they should go with combat. With magic. And what I mean by that is how bombastic the magic should be, and at what point do you sacrifice performance for spectacular magical abilities? Because Dragon's Dogma 1 was on the PS3 and 360 gen, and the frame rate was no good. it was not a smooth game by any means. And in fact, they did a little trick where they... That guy hit me. I'm just going to take it and run. Let's go. You can hit me. I'm just going to run for my life. Uh-oh. Big trouble. Ooh, wow. You pay a big price for not minding your stamina. So Dragon's Dogma on the old consoles, yeah, they even had black bars, like if you were watching a widescreen movie with the black bars. They did that, I believe, in order to help the performance, because it was less. It meant that there was less to render on the screen in terms of, you know, all the graphics, all the fancy schmancy graphics. And on the PS4, we have we have the full screen now, so that's good. And the performance, I guess, is a okay 30, a steady 30, which, in my opinion, is okay. Like, I feel like I would rather it be 60 frames. And in fact, yesterday I was watching some PC gameplay, and that was 60 frames. And I guess, like, higher resolution, and it looked chef's kiss. That's what I did just there, you can't tell. But I did the chef's kiss kind of gesture. 60 frames Dragon's Dogma. The game's actually on sale on Steam right now. As of this recording, it's something like 1160 something for PC. Sorry, yeah, for PC, Steam, and that's in Canadian. I should clarify. 11 odd dollars, 11 something. I don't really see any point of me getting that now because I'm in the middle of this. But eventually I probably will have to get that. So let's turn in this quest. And let's move on with the story. I might close myself off to some stuff, but maybe we'll move on with the story. I'm gonna double check after we talk to this guy.
Ah, good Arisen. Word of your victory over the Goblin Horde.
The Goblin Horde, that's what I did last time.
With the fort back in our hands, the south of Grancis is shielded once more.
Shielded from what? There's nothing there, bro, dude.
Yet another of His Grace's worries. May your success continue, sir.
20,000 XP. So.
It will be my honor to show you the ready. The choice is yours.
Yeah, nothing for now.
Give the word.
That's all there is to do for this guy. Let's walk away from him, because I might accidentally hit him and then I'll get thrown in jail like last time.
We best prepare ourselves for whatever is to come next, Arisen.
Sure. You're gonna say the same thing. Oh no.
And you'll have more of the Duke's trust for it.
Okay, so we're gonna fire these guys. Let's head back down to the commoner area. And I will take a little break just so I can take a look at the remaining quests. And I'll stand in front of the rift stone just to remember that I should... Getting tossed and turned around here. Just to remember that I should change out my pawns. Sounds like the sounds. It looks like the sun setting.
Stands ahead. There's a gathering place for my kind.
Craftsman's quarter. I mean, there's not a lot of craftsmen here, given how large this this castle is.
So this is the Pawn Guild.
Okay. Ooh, is there a quest here? Rabbits. That's not happening, guys. You know why. Okay. So let's take a quick little break. 5 or so. I'll get some water and I'll look at what else I need to do before I move on with the main story. Ooh, and that also reminds me. When I come back, actually, after I do my research and after I grab some new pawns, let's go down here again, because there's a lot of stuff I missed. I think we might do that, unless I forget. Okay. Pause, and I'll be back. Let's go back and let's just test my microphone just to make sure we're good. Yes. Only microphone audio is being broadcast. Interesting. Let me see. Audio sharing settings. Include microphone audio in video clips. Include microphone audio in broadcasts. The game audio should be recording, perhaps. Both microphone audio and gameplay are being broadcast. Yeah. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. I think we're all set. And I'm pretty sure I'm still broadcasting. Let me double check. Yeah. So. I did a little research, and it looks like there are a few quests that I could do before I move on with the main story. However, I don't feel like it. We'll just save that for New Game Plus. One of them requires travel, like extensive travel. Oh, you know what I said? I said I was going to fire these guys, so let's do that. And this is like one of my favorite things to do, is look at the new pawns and see what I can get. See what new pawns I can get. So let's do that. Yeah. I usually pick pawns that are from something I know, like from TV shows or anime or pop culture, just like The Hound and The Witcher, which makes me think I should have changed. My pawn should have been something along those lines too. Look, it's Casca. I'd say that's a B minus. Doesn't quite look like her. But let's see what we can get. Search pawns by level. Yes, my own level. And yeah, pawns by level, yes. And we're gonna change the conditions and get either a fighter or a warrior. I think warriors are worse actually, but it doesn't matter, it's okay. Choose. So let's see if we find something interesting. Gwendolyn, Sanctus, Su Young, Zenobia, what's that? Sir Stanks-a-Lot, Kabuto, Freya, Mist and Misty, Ellie, Omar Jr., Maya, Joker, Hanamori, and Trinity. These didn't look too interesting. Let's do another search. Search again. Level. Yep. See what we get this time. It could be the same. Change the conditions. Let's just get fighters. Let's see what we get. I think I have to fully exit. And try it again. Search. Pawns by level. Yep. Change that. Okay, let's see. Lu Bu. The Chad. What? Wow, that's it? Okay, let's look again. Search. Now, usually I get some pretty funny names for pawns. This time, not seeing anything too funny. Search. Okay. Azura. Sabrina. Dr. Wily? Okay, that's a potential. Pepe, how much you want to bet this guy is green? Kresna Star. That sounds like something. Q from Street Fighter, maybe? Calcifer? Howl's Moving Castle? Alright. These selections are pretty lame to me. So let's just get the ones that sounded interesting. The few. Pepe and Dr. Wily. And then let's change our search conditions and get... Let's get a Strider and a Ranger and see what that gives us. Let's change the search conditions. Let's totally go out and then back in. Search. Let's look at the ones a little higher than us. Maybe that'll yield some more interesting results. Okay. Oh, search Elora. Why is there a handshake? What does that mean? Does that mean I've hired this person previously? Or that I'm friends with them? I don't know. Let's see. Why is there hands? Interesting. Knuckles? Shiruke. Piano. Jugs. How much do you want to bet that Jugs has massive bazungas? Let's see. Okay. Kind of a lame set of characters that we got just now. Pepe is not green. Very disappointing. You're dismissed. Dr. Wily is just a big dude, and he doesn't even have a mustache. Very disappointing. Elora? Look at Knuckles. That's a champion right there. That guy means business. Alright, well, I do need a big dude. So we'll take Dr. Wily.
Yes, Arisen?
Enlist. Even though he doesn't look
You cannot take
like
on
Dr.
any
Wily
more
to me.
followers without releasing one of your current
Yeah, we'll
companions.
replace Gerald. See you
I
later.
am honored to travel.
What gift to give him? Let's give him some rotten meat. It's a little...
May our paths...
There's Jugs. I mean, I don't think that's the max bust size available. Omni Omega Warlord. Okay, let's look one more time. Search. Pawns by level. Yeah, let's go a couple levels higher. Change the conditions. I really do want... you know what, let's just cast our net wide. Let's look for a strider, and a warrior, and a fighter. You can even narrow by gender and various weapon skills, which is pretty cool, but it's fine. You know, they're not going to be doing too much heavy lifting. Let's see... Impa from Legend of Zelda. Dig Bick. This person is using the same naming convention that I use, where my character is Bom Tombadil, but if you swap around the first letters from each part of his name, that's the real character. Okay. There's just someone called Amazon. Abel. Easy. Zorn. Zorn from X-Men? Numanax. Gobbo Bobbo. That is a great name. That's definitely an option. Little Bitich. Alright. So, Rhea Ripley. Is that a reference to Alien or something? I have no idea. Okay, Gobbo Bobbo. And let's just get... just a quick... Let's get... Let's get Rhea Ripley, sure. Okay. And we're definitely gonna pick someone from here. Knuckles? I don't know about Knuckles. Goodbye, Knuckles. Okay, there's Gobbo Bobbo. Very small little dude. Rhea Ripley. Cool armor. Yeah. Jugs. Let's take this guy. Yeah.
Yes, Arisen? You cannot take on any more followers without releasing one of your current companions.
Changing the pawn for this guy. Changing the hound for this guy. This guy was cool. So let's give him something decent, like a berry. Or no, grand grapes. There you go. Have one of those. Very good appearance. Battle rating, yes, very good. Very helpful. I'll say... Greetings. All the best to you. He was good, he was good.
'Twas well worth may our paths cross.
The only way that the only way that these pawns from other players can level up is if you send them back to the rift,
This is a place
and
quite restful to my kind.
Be they man
the
or pawn,
player that
his heart in
has that pawn, the actual player that made that pawn, is playing alongside with you, like which is to say, at the same time. Not that there's co-op in this game. And so if that player in his own game levels up and his pawn levels up, then the next time you see that pawn, they'll also be leveled up. So let's go. But that's the only way to do it. Otherwise, most pawns that you see, they're a one-time deal. You're only going to take them that one time, and you'll never really use them again. And if someone from your friends list also plays this game, you can take that pawn for free, which is actually really broken because they'll just destroy. Like if that pawn is like, if someone to take my pawn from my friends list and play this game, they would just completely run a train on everything. Kind of, maybe. But let's just, let's kind of make haste here. I don't want to dawdle too much because we have been here already. And I want to just see if I missed anything in terms of loot to grab. Definitely at the very bottom of this place, I missed something. And it was mostly because I was a coward. I died and was like, okay, we'll do that later. And then I kind of forgot. So we're back now, and we're probably a little too strong, but that's okay.
Undead warriors.
Ooh. The other thing I have to remember, Gobble was cool. He's cool in my books. It's neat that you can pretty much make any kind of character you want in this game. You can make an elf, a goblin, a dwarf, a halfling, as my character is. But it's really just it's just cosmetic. It doesn't really have an impact on the game, other than the height, which I've gone over already. Ooh, I think my lantern's running out of oil, so let's do that. Add oil. I've got 2 flasks left, which is okay. I'll have to make a point to get a few more oil flasks. Is that all there was here? Oh. It's funny how easy it is to get turned around in this game. Oh, okay, we're on the other side of this wall. I forgot to... His voice, though, is kind of weird. It sounds kind of dumb. Is that how a goblin sounds? I don't know. Like you could make an orc. Make him green, give him fangs. Make him bald, I guess. Make him hunched over. And green skin, of course. And there's your orc. It just doesn't really have any... There's, like, you can't choose a class of orc or anything. And it is kind of weird that, in this game world with so many fantasy tropes, such as goblins and griffins for monsters and stuff, I think there really are just humans in this world, in terms of your typical D&D races. Okay, this is closed. I think I can open it if I go around. I don't think there's anything else here. It looks like you could get up there, maybe, but I don't think so. I don't think so. There's just humans. There's no halflings. There's no elves. In terms of, like, NPC races just walking around, I don't think so. No dwarves, like, come on. So if in a future D&D, in a future Dragon's Dogma, I would like to see that. Ooh, oh, gosh. The Witcher universe has elves and dwarves. They have a cool take on them too. I just really like those kind of typical fantasy races. They're just fun to me. Dwarves with their big beards and everything. So that changed something. I believe I was just here, but I couldn't. Yeah, so I was just here. And now that's closed off to me. But I wonder if, undead? Let's take it out. Huh. See, that didn't work there. Let's see if this one. Yeah. So, since this area is fairly easy, I can take the time to just talk about some other stuff. Like my YouTube channel. I do have a YouTube channel. I don't really use it for much right now. It's kind of just like a dumping ground for little clips that I made, that I record from boss battles of Souls games. And I have been also uploading some short clips of drawing, just doing some drawing and stuff. I would like to upload more, and in fact, that's something I'd like to talk about as well. Is that I do intend to stream drawing and painting, doing actual 2D illustrations, drawing with a pencil. I know how primitive of me in this digital world. Okay, good. Quest successful. As well as painting miniatures. That's a hobby that I have of mine that I've had for a very long time. It's very fun, very relaxing, especially in these crazy times. I sort of got back into it within the last few years, and it's been amazing in terms of keeping sane, for lack of a better term, you know? Just, and pardon me while I move all these heavy equipment stuff. This is something you have to do periodically in this game, especially when you're short like me, because I can't hold much. Yeah, so, yeah, I've been getting back into miniature painting. Haven't played a game of Warhammer 40k or Age of Sigmar proper yet in my new era of the hobby. I haven't actually played a game yet, although I would like to, especially once this pandemic is all done and dusted with. But in the meantime, I'm just painting. Ooh, not discard. Give. Ooh. Hopefully I haven't been discarding. Okay.
What's this?
So I'd like to do that. I'd like to do some paint. I've actually tested out painting a model on stream. It's one of my oldest videos here. I don't think it's available anymore. But yeah, I think that's going to take a little more research, a little more experimenting with lighting and stuff like that to get it right, to do a good job. And also, like, in terms of like just finding the right time to do it. But that's definitely something I want to do. The other side of this channel. And also, I do intend to upload these gameplay footage onto YouTube. That's kind of why. Also, it's one of the benefits of recording these streams that are about 2 hours long most of the time. Not that I intended that, but that's a nice gameplay chunk that has a nice beginning, middle, and end that I can then take onto YouTube. Ooh, there's an ogre here. Let's get him. Huh, he collapsed. The damage is still not that great against this big chunky guy. Woohoo! Oh man. So implicate isn't very helpful against these guys. I think it's possible to drag them down at the legs, but maybe you have to do... Oh! Did he jump to his death? He may have jumped to his death. That? I still hear him. He's somewhere down there. Let's get that. It was just water. Where is he? I can hear him. Okay, let's just make our way down. He's still here, still alive. But I've uploaded, I've downloaded a few of my clips, the earliest ones so far. And probably within the next day or so, I'll have them up on YouTube. That's the plan. Now we'll make our way. What? There's something here. Scary guys. As they're coming out of the ground, they can't use implicate. Or I can't use implicate. Alright, we got some zombies killed, that's good. So I'll definitely mention what my YouTube channel is when the time is right. There's really no point in visiting it now. And related to that, most of my time working on artwork right now has been for myself, in terms of coming up with a logo for my channel, as well as for my artwork. That's kind of what I've been doing mostly right now. Wow, okay, let's heal. Woohoo! I'm over encumbered again, dude. I've got 40 of these war bugles. How did I get 40 of them? That's so ridiculous. Give that to Dr. Wily. Okay. Rusted plate. Give Dr. Wily. All that is fine. Give Dr. Wily. Dr. Wily. Juice and sauce. Milk. Give. Don't really need the milk, although it is good to craft with it, but we'll give it to these guys, because they might need to heal. Intervative. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Oh yes, I was supposed to heal. And actually I can quick heal, but it's just, it doesn't come naturally to me. I don't think of it, so I just don't do it. Yeah, that should be good. Let's just give this crap. Give. Yeah, so this is something that I think the game, a future game, should take care of as well. I don't know. Let's make it a little more streamlined in terms of having to deal with my equipment. Because it's just a little... Wow, what was that? Did you see? Gobble Bobble. He just he grabbed onto the harpy and he flew all the way up to the ceiling. Because he's so light, right? He can't drag him down. I think we took care of him, huh? It's a little easier to deal with these guys now that I can shoot them with a spread shot. Contra style. Spread shot? Spread shot was money. Flamethrower, boo. It's all about the spread shot. Let's try and get rid of them all. There's an enemy sorcerer here, eh? Look at that. I was like, who's that? Who's that other humanoid spellcaster? Okay. Wow. You know, I'm pretty sure this game doesn't have respawning enemies. Uh-oh, Dr. Wily is done. You gotta get down there. Shit. Let's save Dr. Wily. Oh, I took fall damage. Okay, things are unraveling. Okay. Okay, well, we have to all fight together, people. Stick together. It's the number one rule here. That's Torpor, a spell that causes slowdown, I believe. Okay. I think we've dealt with all the enemies. So I've died here previously, and it really felt like I was underleveled the first time I came down this way. This game, you do feel underleveled for many areas that you're supposed to go. It's just... Ooh, petrifying arrow. It's just a quirk of this game. I mean, it was their intent, I guess, to make it feel harder. Oh, okay, camera's going crazy. Okay, it's a big no-no. Now, is there a switch here? I thought my guy said that there was a switch here somewhere. Heartspud. Rags. Okay, that does sound good, but where are you? Ogre strategy. Let's read that. Yep. Grants knowledge. Ancient Pawn's book that suggests climbing an ogre when its guard is open and pulling it to the ground. Okay, well. So my pawn will have learned that now, if she hasn't learned that already. I think you need to find all of those things to get the platinum in this game. But, okay, that's where they are, so we'll try and get there. How does one get there normally? You have to jump, do some platforming. Money? Hell yeah. Okay, so I hear... What's in here? Throw blast. Not too special. Right on. So all the doors are open now. Yeah, so I think you need to find those scrolls. Those pawn scrolls. All of them. To get the platinum, I think. Could be wrong. And I'm not sure if I'll be getting platinum in this game. I did get platinum on PS3. And it's not like it was hard. Ooh. See that? Let's go back. Let's go back. There's a mining spot there. I don't imagine that'll be that great, but let's go there anyways. I think if we drop here... This silver ore. Only one. Whee! Okay. So that's open now. Ooh, what's here? Oh. Okay. Oh. Ceremonial cage. Oh, I think I know where this leads, but let's hold off on this and go here for a quick second. Now, this was the point of that early mission, to go down here. This is the Everfall, and the pawns have some special connection to this place, and the pawn guild is built on top of it. It goes way, way down, as you can see. It's very old. But one thing I forgot to point out is how the ground is all cracked. Take a look. And the cracks kind of emanate from this central point, it seems. The ogre. Oh my gosh. The ogre's here. Let's continue my TED Talk after we deal with the ogre. There's always someone interrupting my my talks. I'm trying to provide a lecture here, but the monsters never care for it. That scamp. The last time it was a griffin, I was talking about something, the Dragon's Dogma community and wikis. Oh, he's raging? He's raging against the machine. Okay. You can hear that Gobble Bobbo in his shrill goblin voice. Much like my own, I guess. Where are you going, dude? Can you just chill? Ah. I see him. He's went all the way there. I don't...
I'll begin with the strongest.
You know what? Whatever. We'll have to deal with him anyways when I go back up. But I don't want to have to make 2 trips, so let's just continue deal with these guys. So I can't implicate them while they're coming out the ground, but in this state, fully emerged, I should be able to. And I will have to take off Dazzle Blast. I think it's lame. I'll have to do some more research, I guess, as to what are the best applications of it, but on the face of it, it just doesn't seem that great. Especially when you consider that I have Implicate and Dazzle Blast. Those are 2 skills that are not offensive. They actually don't do any damage. But, as that ogre rampages around, let's just finish what I was talking about. We've got this huge saucer here, and the ground is splitting up. And you can see light coming through. So, the events of the game, kind of, the start of it rather, when my character defied the dragon and had my heart pierced, I think in relation to that, this started to happen. And that's why, with that early mission, let's make our way back up now, as we look at it one more time. It seems like it's tracking in one direction specifically, so I wonder if you were to follow that line, where would it lead in terms of like the rest of the map. But anyways, basically, I just want to point that out because that is something. Oops, that is something that you should keep in mind in terms of the story. That this place and the ground is breaking up. Why is it breaking up? And remember that this place is called the Everfall. Perhaps it goes far deeper than we realized or initially thought. It does go far deeper. Like that was a leading question, and because I know. But yeah, it goes far deeper down. Deep down? No, I don't think there's any connection. Oh, deep down, man. I really wish we got to see that. That was a drop kick in the long history of drop kicks in video games, especially Japanese video games where they don't belong, which is to say wrestling games. I always love seeing that. Love seeing some big ass drop kicks. Just gonna pepper him with attacks. We're on it. Let's jump off. He's done. Rift cluster. Get some rift points there. Unspeakable meat. What is so unspeakable about this meat? Let's see. The former property of an ogre. Use it in mixing of curatives and other items. Unspeakable. It's unspeakable. The meat that shall not be named. Ooh, what's this? Interventive? Interventive or interventive?
What's that?
So, I was talking earlier during this stream about the usage of the term Fersu and how it's such an unusual term to use, especially if you were to think that this is a rumor concocted by a fan, so you know, a fake rumor about Dragon's Dogma 2 that, you know, it's just so unusual that they use such a highly specific old term. But you could actually say the same thing about Capcom, right? Like, why would they use such a weird term, right? Why would they pull that out of nowhere? And my response to that is...
What's this?
I think that
This looks interesting.
there is a precedent for using like weird old historical terminology in Dragon's Dogma in this game, right? Some quest lines use words like Myrmidon, and I want to make mention of another term, but it's kind of a spoiler. We'll just say Seneschal. There's a term called the Seneschal in this game. It's kind of an important name in this game. But that, again, that's such a weird, unusual term to use, right? Well, I don't want to get too much into what the Seneschal is. That's kind of giving away a lot about this game. But yeah, you know, Capcom likes to pull some unusual terms from history, from our real history, from our IRL meat space history, and perhaps the Fersu mask from the Etruscans could be another thing that they're pulling. Let's pause for a second and read these messages. Bacon. Japan tends to love using unusual terms for their games, or should I say the Japanese devs. Yeah, totally agree. That's also kind of what I want to get at as well. Let's rest. All sorts of weird terms. And it's funny because, like, I'm an English-speaking person. I like to think I have a fairly good grasp on the English language. And then some of these games, I'll just pull out all sorts of crazy words. and terms. And it's like, where are these things coming from? It's like from the Bible and stuff, right? These old terms. It's really weird. It's really funny how that works. Ooh, did I rest till night or morning? It looks like evening? Or I'm not sure. So, let's meet the Duke. I think it's... Gosh, I can't remember if I said I was gonna... If this is morning or night, but let's head to the Duke. We're gonna meet the Duke now. Because I said I looked into the rest of the quests, and I don't want to do them for this phase of the game. I'd rather just move on with the story now. So I think what I'll do is we'll see what we need to see and talk to who we need to talk to progress the game further, and then I might take a break. I might take a break. This will be a short stream today because I'd like to do some other things today in terms of you know, YouTube and other stuff in general. So I have other things I need to do or would like to do. Yeah. So let's talk to this guy.
It will be my honor to show you the ready charges for the worm hunt. The choice is yours.
Here are the Duke's directives.
This is a high honor, Arisen. See, you do not take it lightly. Here are the details. Wondrous tidings,
Get some
Arisen.
water.
The Duke is to grant you an audience. His Grace wishes to commend you for your valor and your service to the land. Know, however, that any errand you have taken on will be left to another to complete.
Yeah, so that's your hint that if you haven't completed any quests just yet, they'll be closed.
You will also be asked to return your writ of permission to join the hunt.
And that means that you can't do any more of those quests that this guy gives you, but I've done them all.
If you have aught left undone, pray tend to it afore you come to see the Duke, sir.
Yeah, so big warning, big flag.
Clear. Your audience with His Grace will put an
He
end
says
to
it
any
again.
current tasks, and you will be asked to return your license to the
Okay,
worm.
we get it,
Knowing
dude.
that, are you
Yes.
prepared? You are quite certain.
Oh
No
my
tasks
lord.
left incomplete? No need for the license to the hunt?
No need, my friend.
Understood. A guide awaits within.
Let's go. So when you're inside the Duke's castle, pawns cannot come, which is a little prejudiced, racist. I don't know. I think he has a reason for it, a story-based reason. Behave yourself in the Duke's demesne, or it's off to the dungeon. So here we are in the Duke's demesne. Let's not walk around this area just yet. There's someone that we need to meet, but I don't think we need to meet that person right now. Let's just do a quick run through, but not a thorough checking of things to pick up. Yeah. So, yeah, I think I'm right. Okay, I think we're good. Gonna meet the Duke. And, look at this guy.
Tonight the fisher knight leaves the humble shores of home for the heady depths of Cart. Pray, let this token from humble Festi garner favor with the leviathans within.
Festi.
Oh, tut, no time for thanks, friend. The Duke awaits. Sail on, dear knight, sail on.
And everyone's gonna be laughing at me. It's so weird. Let's see how long we can take this hat off. I think I might be able to take it off now, but
Do not play a greater fool than I, sir. I do not welcome the competition.
like my hat.
Word of your feats has reached us here, sir. You've the worm's own strength to cleft the Hydra's pate in one blow. No doubt you'll prove more than equal to the dragon. I await tell of your next victory.
Again, stories of my slaying of the dragon have been greatly exaggerated. I took off one head and then it ran away.
Lady-in-waiting to my mistress, Eleanor. Newly come to this place as His Grace's bride. A duchess now she is. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Arisen.
Is that an authentic French accent? It doesn't seem like it.
No further, sir. We're not to admit any guests past this point.
Fair enough, fair enough. What about you?
I cannot fathom His Grace's waste of coin on such festivity, while our defences stand bare. Just the same, I'll not refuse his one.
I mean, is this a party? It doesn't look like one.
Longevity can seem a curse when it means living
This guy's
to see
voice.
such times.
Okay, how about you?
I'll grant such gaiety may unite the men and stoke them to greater valor. But do we truly have the time to lend such pursuits with a dragon upon us?
We'll take our time. Oops. Here's the Duke. He looks like Bobby Hill. That's what I've realized. He looks like a brown Bobby Hill. Excuse me. Let's get some water.
By my command, every road in Francis shall be open to you henceforth.
It's a cool sword.
As a member of the Worm.
The Worm Hunt. So I can go anywhere I want now. I felt like that was already the case, but I could be wrong.
As long as that damnable beast draws breath, I'll fain accept any help upon offer. All right.
Arisen. Hail, sir. It seems you truly stand apart from the rest of us. Some sneered when I presented the Hydra's head. Said it was your feat alone that won it. In truth, I cannot deny it. I had no hand in it. It is plain fact. But what of the enlistment corps then? What meaning does our fealty hold? I have no answer to give my men. To give myself.
So I mentioned this before, but Mercedes is very much like Casca from Berserk. She's a high-ranking officer for soldiers. Has dark skin, the haircut. Just one of many Berserk references in this game.
Danger stalks the capital even now. Are the rest of you truly blind to that simple truth?
This guy is cool.
Duke has seemed different of late. The Duke has seemed different of late.
He looks like he likes pizza.
Let us speak another time, sir.
Alright, alright.
All through my reign, I foresaw the coming of this danger.
Yeah?
And so I gathered men into armies, stones into strongholds. I readied for war.
I mean, I've been around. Your strongholds are crap, bro.
And then you were risen. You came to us, and the dragon with you. Pray, think on the meaning of that, and of your duty.
So I'm pretty sure other characters have mentioned that this Duke here, Duke Dragonsbane, is that his name?
Carry on your
Edmund
endeavors for the
Dragonsbane.
duchy. As long as you've the will to fight, I shall see you are granted the opportunity.
Yeah, so, previously we met this guy in a cave who was an Arisen, like my character, and it's revealed that this guy, our Duke here, is also an Arisen. So he did encounter and defy the dragon and had his heart plucked. And, yeah. He's the Duke now because he defeated the dragon. Or so he claims. Ooh, what do you have to say?
Arisen, I would speak with you. Privately.
Okay, is this private enough?
This is not the place.
Oh.
It is a conversation best had after dark.
Alright.
Meet me in the courtyard, fine.
Very well. I think it's safe to break stuff. Is there a way I can... Oh. Foreign knife, not too important. Ooh, there's something here. I'll keep my destruction to a minimum. White wine. Hard spud juice. Placative brew. What is that, by the way? Placative brew. Which is concoction that restores a possessed comrade to sanity. How do they become insane? Who does that? What enemy does that? So this is the Duke's castle. And they've thought of... They kind of thought it through in terms of, like, all the rooms here. But it does feel a little small compared to the outside. Or what you imagine a castle would be like. And it doesn't seem all that comforting. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a comfy place. Not much furniture. This is the Duke's Solar, so it's probably the nicest in terms of furnishings. Got this nice red curtain, big ass red carpet. We'll steal his plants, because why not? Big fireplace. Something to gather here. Gather. Oh, on a seat. Tuft of hair? That's so creepy. Why would I... another one. Another one. What would I do with all that? That's so gross, but I can keep on getting it. Oh, I can't stop it. When will it end? Oh my god, I'm just grabbing hair. Okay, that was finally it. That's... wow. So much hair. Let's get that foreign knife. Let's see what the hair does. I can't imagine it being very useful. Tuft of hair. A plain tuft of human hair. It has no intrinsic value. Nothing special of note. Can I craft with it? Combine? Ugh. Okay, something to look up. So much hair. That Duke is shedding like a dog. Pick that up and put it down. Just kinda... We'll take a look at this castle. We'll probably call it for now, because, yeah, like I said, not a long one today. Still got my awesome hat. I'm pretty sure I could take it off now, but that's okay. Or maybe you can't. Because once we get outside, there's someone that we need to meet. Quill. Blank scroll. Not too important. Alright. So we saw everything up here. It's kind of funny that I'm allowed to go behind the king and just act a fool. Okay. Let's see what else. What else is here? Kind of hurry things along a bit. Berries. Oh. Oof. Bottled haste. That is useful. But again, that's not something I'll really make use of at this time. I think this takes me to the dungeon. And I actually was here in the dungeons previously. I got thrown in the slammer. Because I accidentally punched someone.
The noblest of convictions can't fill a man's belly as well.
Yeah. I accidentally punched just a civilian off stream. And I just turned off my game and I thought it'd be fine. I was like, yeah, whatever. Because usually games like this, they give you a freebie, right? Like if you accidentally punch someone, at least in Souls, I think you get like one free shot. And then if you continue to antagonize an NPC, then they'll be like, yo. They'll like get up from their chair like skirt and be like, yo. But in this game, no. No freebie. It's a free-for-all. Everyone's very sensitive. Okay. Everyone's very sensitive to being punched. That's very insightful. Okay, let's get out of here. And I'm pretty sure there's someone I need to meet out here. Oh, I can even... What's here? Oh, treasure. And I just realized that there was something in a previous area that I said I was going to go back and check, and then I didn't. It was like a room with some treasure. Then I left. So I'll have to do that. Let's keep walking outside. I'll have to do that, but I might just do that off stream. We have to meet this person. This is one of the potential romantic options that you have.
Apologies, dear warrior.
But she's married.
To see a face austere as the castle walls adorned with this.
First person.
Still, 'tis more agreeable than the endlessly dour air of most of my husband's sewn swords.
He's Bobby Hill.
Valor dwells in the heart, after all. The brave ought not need their raiment to speak for their metal, no? Hail, dear warrior of the lovely helm. I fear I am remiss in asking your name, sir.
I think we need to talk to her a couple of times.
Listen, you must forgive me. I fear I am grossly ignorant in matters of war. I had thought all who fought shared the title warrior. But again, you must excuse me.
You thought?
I am Eleanor, come just a few days past as a bride to the Duke.
As a bride to the Duke. Is she already married or not yet?
I pray you will serve my lord husband faithfully, Sir Warrior.
She's talking like she's already married.
I presume the crown you bear is a mark of your station as the Arisen? I
Yep.
must apologize for my laughter, good sir. I assure you I meant no disrespect.
Laughing at me?
You would gift me your crown, dear warrior? You are far. I shall.
Yeah, have it.
I shall pray for your safe travels, sir.
I don't know if you heard that. It was kind of like this shimmering kind of sound. So, with any character that you intend to romance and be your beloved, I think is the term they use, when you hear that shimmering sound every time you talk to them, that means you're kind of already set on a path with them. You're not committed, so don't worry about that, but yeah, it means you're accruing points, invisible points, towards building up this meter for them to be your beloved.
Until we meet again.
You could hear it right there.
I shall pray for your sake. Until we meet again.
And I believe in the base game of Dragon's Dogma, I'm not sure if they've changed it since, but just the act of talking to them gives you points.
I I shall pray for your...
You could spam this, just talking to them, and you'll get a bunch of points. And then they'll definitely become your beloved. Beloved, betrothed. So, I think what I'm gonna do, we'll just, there's nothing super important here to grab. Not that I don't think so. It's a guy with a hoe.
Think in times like these, what aim does a man's life serve?
Whoa, deep. Deep thinking.
If we truly lived for living's sake alone, what call is there for flowers? Why are we drawn to beauty, even in the face of doom?
Damn, this guy's deep.
Alas, I have a head for flowers, not for pondering such lofty concerns.
Ah, I think you're in the wrong profession, my friend. You should be a philosopher.
Alas, I have a head.
Alright. So I went there, I grabbed some loot. Yep. And we'll just explore this place a little more, and then I think I'll call it for now. Okay. It's really misty, so it's hard to see, but somewhere this way is Hilfiger Knoll with that old man in a cave, who is like the most ancient Arisen that we've seen yet. And then past those mountains is where that bandit encampment is, I believe. And I think this tower here is where Lady Eleanor stays. And there is a quest. I think it's a main quest that involves her that we'll have to do. I really haven't given much thought as to who I want to be my beloved character, like my love interest. I haven't really given it much thought. I think Mercedes is the coolest one. I'm pretty sure I did that once. But in this game, it could really be anyone. Even that philosopher dude. Yeah, even him. You can make him your beloved. Yeah, this tower. That's the tower where Lady Eleanor stays, and there's gonna be a quest that involves her and this tower. Yeah. That's somewhere where we'll have to go eventually to fight the Griffin. I'm just looking at this general area and seeing what we can see as far as loot. And I did mention this before, so I won't linger on it for too long, but yeah, on YouTube there's this guy who looks at video game architecture, like castles and stuff, and he went through The Witcher and Skyrim, and he looked at the castles and he was like, going over like how functional, how realistic are they? And generally speaking, most castles are not very realistic as they appear in video games, which is, I'm not trying to criticize them. I'm not trying to hate, because there's they have to be functional as a video game space first. However, much to my surprise, when he got to analyzing Dragon's Dogma and this castle and the general fortification of the city surrounding city, he was like super impressed. He was like, wow, this place, they actually considered a lot to make it feel and look realistic. And I believe his name was Shadyversity or Shadiversary. He said it looked and felt very feasible. Not that it was super realistic, and it did have flaws, but that compared to most others, it seemed to me by far the most historically functional, I guess is the word. I don't want to say accurate. And one of the things he actually said was like these little holes here. think he called them kill holes. Just little places where soldiers could stick out bows or something like that and throw stuff. And actually, let's see. Yeah, let's just take a quick look. Oops. We're going back. Ooh, I'm gonna chat with this guy.
By decree of the Duke, you are to be allowed free passage into the castle.
Okay.
This right extends only to your person, and you are advised to comport yourself fittingly. A grievous breach in conduct will see you removed from the castle, or worse.
Or worse.
You will take your orders from the Duke's Chamberlain, Aldous.
Aldous.
Speak to him for further instruction. May the Maker see you on to further glory, sir.
How fared your audience with His Grace, Arisen? Aldous Ludric Sorn at your service, sir. I serve as a Chamberlain in the Duke's
Sorn.
As you may have seen for yourself, it seems His Grace is
unwell. Ooh.
In truth, there is worry enough to make any man's head ache. But I fear he ails of worse than worry.
Ooh.
Perhaps I ought not speak further on the matter, for my own well-being. I am charged with
scared of the Duke.
Orders, tasks of great import issued by the Duke himself.
Yeah, so he's our new quest giver now.
But I ask that you come to see me here in the castle whenever circumstances allow you to take on assignment. The future of this war is murky, sir. May your efforts help to bring its end into sight.
Sure. I'm just trying to look up. Can I do this? So one thing that YouTuber said was that, yeah, these slits here and there would be places where soldiers would pour oil, like hot oil, through those holes, and there should even be holes here, like tiny ones here and there. That would have made it more realistic, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that video again because it was just really interesting. Anyways, let's just take a quick look again to see if we've missed anything. And I really don't bother trying to pick up everything. I mean, you could. Nothing wrong with that. There's a hoe. Say no to hoes. I don't need them, personally. I mean, maybe you want a hoe. And I'm referring to that farming tool, by the way. Yeah, see these little wooden slots that, like, you could take them off and then pour hot oil through them. And it's just like a cool little detail that these developers put. That perhaps another game with castles, whatever game that might be, that's a detail that they might omit. You know, if you were just a concept artist or a level designer, and your frame of reference is just looking online at the exterior of castles, you wouldn't think about that, right? But that's a detail that perhaps if you went on a tour to a castle, you might notice, or if you opened up a book and looked at castles in history, that's something that you might actually consider. One critique that he had, actually, while I'm talking about it, was these staircases as well. As you can see, they start off wood. They start off built up by stone, but it's impractical to have the entire structure be stone built. So as you can see, the stone gives way to wooden beams because that would be lighter, right? And then that wood, having stone on top, maybe that's not practical or as realistic, but the idea of having lighter materials as you go up, that's very authentic, and that's, again, that's something that, you know, another game might not consider, right? Because you're just building these digital realms free of like you know, any concern for weight. But I think at this point I might just stop here. I thought I was gonna play for like an hour or so, but I ended up clocking in nearly 2 hours once again, so that's kind of like my tolerance, so to speak. Hey, you got something to say?
It pains me to burden you, busy as you are with the royal orders, but there is aught I would
something
speak of.
else?
It is a cause of worry, though I speak only for myself and not as chamberlain.
All right.
Skeletons have been sighted
Skeletons.
near the capital these past few days. Elsewhere, I've had no end of reports of secret meetings among the zealots of salvation.
Salvation.
I cannot help but see the two as intertwined. Still, I'll be damned if I allow their kind to go corrupting the minds of good people for want of evidence. Arisen, I ask this as a favor. Will you look into these events?
Look into the
I believe
events.
I've learned
Got
where
it.
the cult meets. I've made note of it on your
Map. Got
I
it.
ask you begin your search there. Go.
Investigate the secret meeting. Okay, what about you? What do you have to say? Not you. You.
Most likely these meetings happen in some forgotten corner of the city.
Most likely. Okay. So, now that we've entered another act in the game, like a, you know, a major plot point in the game, I'm pretty sure that many stores have new stuff to sell. So I can, this will be a good time to upgrade my weapons, or rather buy new ones and then upgrade those. But for now, I think I might just call it, and I'll just say thank you for watching, and here's my goodbye jump for joy. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you again later. Bye bye.